We've got the match between Chia Ching and Joven Bustamante coming up. We have Georgina standing by with our players for that first match on TV Table 1. Georgina?
All right, so we've got the world champion 2 years ago, Chia Ching, who had a really close match yesterday against Fabio. Let's see how he's feeling today. Now, Chia Ching 昨天打得非常精彩的比赛，你觉得今天的况将如何呢？
其实昨天我觉得自己那场球赛其实运气还蛮不错的嘛，但今天我觉得说，因为经过了一天，我觉得我自己状况也调整的有比昨天还要好了，所以我也希望说今天可以赢得这场胜利这样。
Well, he reckons that his luck was a little bit better yesterday, but today he feels that his form is better than it was yesterday, and he's hoping to win the match today. All right, let's talk to Joven. Now, this is the first time you're playing at the World Championships, taking on a former world champion. Just a little bit of pressure, isn't there?
Yeah, I feel a little bit of pressure because it's the first time I play in WPC, so I'm very happy because I reached top 32.
Definitely. Now, obviously you're new, so we're not so familiar with your playing style. What can we expect to see from you on the pool table?
I will do my best. All I can say is good luck. Good luck.
Okay. Well, he's going to do his best, and Tasso wish you good luck. All right. Well, the players are suddenly ready to get started. Let's head back to you, Uday.
All right, thank you, Georgina. Now we have something of a little friendly competition, not only going on the tables, that's really official business, but we have some friendly competition between our two experts here. Chia Ching, Joven Bustamante. I'll start with you, Anthony. Why?
Well, I'm picking Chia Ching, not to say that I'm not going for my compatriot over here, Joven Bustamante. I do want him to win, but I think just too much skill and too much experience as far as Chia Ching is concerned here in this match. And so I feel Wu's going to come out the winner here in our very first TV match.
Mr. Joven Bustamante.
Well, I've gone for the local kid. He's playing really well so far in the tournament. He was 2-0 in his group stages, and he had a fine win against Dennis Okolo yesterday. So he's obviously in good form. And Wu, to me, has been struggling so far in this event. So I've tipped a guy in form so far that I can see, and I'm rooting for the home man.
Very, very good reasons from both our expert analysts. That match is upcoming after we take a short break. Do stay with us. The World Pool Championship is right here on ESPN, live from the Araneta Coliseum. Stay with us. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Araneta Coliseum. We are ready to go for our first match on TV Table 1 between the 2005 World Pool champion Chia Ching and the young gun in the Philippines, Joven Bustamante. Who's going to come out top? Well, you're just going to have to stick around to find out. Let's join your MC, Sean McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the Araneta Coliseum for the 2007 Philippines World Pool Championships, presented by San Miguel and Pagcor, promoted by Matchroom Sport and Rio Sports, and sanctioned by the WPA. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome and a special welcome to our viewers joining us live here on ESPN Around the World and Sky Sports. A race to 10, winner breaks, referee Mr. Nigel Reese. Now time to meet our players. Firstly, would you please welcome from Chinese Taipei and the former champion of the world, it's Chia Ching. And ladies and gentlemen, making his debut from the Philippines is Joven Bustamante.
Well, the action begins here in our latest round of play, and of course, as always, it's sudden death. Whoever wins moves on to the round of 16. Whoever loses, they're out of here. We're looking at Chia Ching, who's won this event before. I'm sure he would like to win it again. Last match, he defeated Fabio Petroni in a match in which Petroni led.
That's right. That was a real close game. Joven Bustamante, 29 years old, has spent some time in the Middle East, and he was, well, that's a bit of an upset there, Jerry. Knocked off one of the best Filipino players, Dennis Orcullo, 10-6.
Yeah, I have a feeling Joven is one of those players who's just now beginning to come into his own. There's our lag to determine who gets the break shot. And it has gone to Joven Bustamante, I believe.
That's about as close as a lag can get.
wins a lag.
Yeah. Well, it's another day where we have a different style of break today. We seem to
First rack,
go through different
race to
styles
10,
every day.
winner breaks.
Yesterday it was the dink
Joven
break.
Bustamante the break.
Let's see if Joven Bustamante goes with the trend.
Darrell Peach last night used the weak break to really dominate the table and put last year's world champion out of the match and defeated Alcano.
That's an old school break for you there, Jerry.
Yeah, that's the one I like to watch, but he hasn't gotten a good result. You can see he's made balls, but he has no open shot on the one.
And really hard to push out from here.
Yeah, it's always tough to push when the object ball is close to the pocket because it's difficult to find a shot that you can deal with if it's given back to you that your opponent can't handle. For those of you who are new to the matches this week, the push out means that Mr. Bustamante can strike the cue ball and put it anywhere on the table he wishes. He can hit a ball other than the lowest numbered ball.
Push out code.
Opponent then has the option of accepting that position and taking the shot or giving it back.
Okay, so he's taking this lower left. I think that the rail first shot, is that on?
I like the rail first shot. He can just come down here and come off of this rail and drive the one ball into the pocket. That's not that difficult a shot for players of this caliber.
I think he's got to make sure he holds position for the blue two. Quite difficult sometimes to hold when you're playing rail first. Is the bank on? It's the cross corner bank.
I don't know.
Looks like he's trying to. I don't think he's going for the rail first, is he? Or he? Oh no, he is.
I think he is.
He
Yeah.
is. Loading it up with the left hand
That would
side.
seem to be the shot. Oh, but he's missed the entire ball.
Wow.
I wonder if he got a little
shot.
deflection off his cue stick there and it pushed that cue ball over to the right.
Squirted off to the right.
Yeah.
That's a surprising miss.
It is, but then again, he hit it with a lot of speed, which tends to shorten the angles.
And tends to increase the deflection as well.
Right. So, whatever the cause, Bustamante now with ball. It's the kind of layout you'd like to see.
Proud pool nations here.
I read that as well. So I don't know how much validity to give it.
That gives you an idea of the kind of, of the rivalry that exists.
Yeah, it does. Watch
Hello.
out.
Hello.
Whoa. Tickling danger. And Joven Bustamante looking to take this rack from Chia Ching. We're playing winter break, so that makes a big difference when you win this rack now. You get to stay at the table. Win as many racks as you wish. Joven retiring to his corner to await the racking. One to 0. Joven Bustamante over Chia Ching. And we're going to take a look at the way the balls went down. In rack number 1, day 5. Now let's take a closer look at Chia Ching.
我记得第一次带我去打撞球是我奶奶，因为那时候是很刚好，是因为我奶奶可能去那边就是跟老板聊天，然后就刚好就带我下去。那时候很小，都比球台还要矮嘛，我就爬上去那边玩球。但第一次我就觉得蛮好玩，所以我就开始对撞球产生兴趣。我在打球是觉得还蛮轻松的，但是经过2年后，我就是经过2005年后，我觉得可能在打球会多一份压力在，因为那时候我觉得说，不管输还赢，我不会那么 care， 也不会那么就是没有那么多人注意嘛，所以我就是打好自己的球就好。但是现在可能有很多人注意，甚至我会去很在意说，不管输还是赢，但是我会很在意说我一场球赛下来的里面的内容到底好不好。所以可能我变太过于要求的时候，我会产生一些不应该失误。那时候拿到世界冠军的时候，觉得蛮不可思议的，因为就当下我觉得自己在做梦。那时候16比12的时候，我就心里想说，再给我一次机会，就不要让我连机会都没有。结果一有机会的时候，那时候冲球也不敢很大力冲，因为我很怕说一个冲球运气不好，母球敲进许袋，我可能就输掉了。我只要希望说，只要有进球，不管说球形是吊球还是说可以打都可以，但至少我还有机会就好。当追到16比15的时候，我觉得我就压力就来了，我就觉得说我有要赢的，开始要赢的感觉。那到16比16的时候，那后面那几颗球打我真的。整个手都是冰的，我觉得那时候一打进那颗9号球，觉得真的好像在做梦一样，就没有感觉自己会那么快就拿到这个冠军了，对啊。
As you can tell from that little video we just watched about Wu, this man has gone on a fitness regimen. He's taken up a diet and an exercise program befitting a world champion.
Leading 1 rack to 0.
I guess you could say the World Championship really changed his life. And Bustamante now taking the opportunity to possibly go up 2-0. Well, he's made balls, and this time he does have a shot on the 1 ball. And there are no clusters, Bob. This is looking good.
Yeah, he lost the cue ball a bit, but he's quite fortunate that the 1 came back around. I think the 1 may have hit the jaw.
Well, just has to make this 1 ball and avoid getting blocked by the 5, and he's cleared that obstacle. This is a pretty elementary layout here. I think making certain that he stays on the proper side of the 3 so that he can just slide over for the 4 is going to be the toughest task he has today on this rack.
I think Joven seems to have a pretty textbook technique, doesn't he? His lines look pretty good.
Yeah, I've watched him play the last 3 or 4 years, and he's not a player with a quirky kind of stroke or anything odd about his game. He's just solid. When he lived in the United Arab Emirates, he was the #1 player on their squad.
So a good look there about how he drives that Q-tip straight through and leaves it pointing towards the target after the shot. All the good players do that.
Well, during the time he spent in the UAE, he had a coach. The entire team over there has a coach. And so they were able to do workouts every day and drills every day and really build their fundamentals well. And looking good to keep Wu in his seat a while longer. I'm really impressed this year, Bob, with the way that the players have not been intimidated by their opponents. Every time these young players have gone up against someone with a huge reputation like Wu here, it doesn't seem to bother them. They just go out and play their own game. I know that Bustamante here doesn't have that much television experience, but the cameras, he's just shrugging it off right now. He's up 2-0 in our race to 10. Wu just has to await an opportunity while Bustamante runs through racks.
Rack 3, Joven Bustamante to break, leading 2 racks to 0.
Joven Bustamante in the commanding position now, staying at the table. I tell you, Wu needs an opportunity before this gets out of hand.
Wu would like to see Joven have the kind of break he had in the first rack, where he parked the cue ball in the middle of the table but couldn't see the 1.
He's smacking him pretty good, and he's urging that 1 ball on, but it doesn't look to me like he's got a shot here.
I think I just jinxed him right there with what he just said.
Well, either that or you blessed Wu. Which is it?
This is exactly what I said Wu was hoping for. Good control of the cue ball, no shot on the lowest numbered ball.
However, Bustamante, when this happened to him last time, played the push out to great advantage. He wound up with ball in hand and was able to just cruise through the rack. Joven, I suggest you give Wu a rail first shot.
Can Joven take this on as a rail first? That's a pretty tough shot, isn't it?
No, it's too far away from the rail. Not that it can't be done, but wow, what a...
You need about 20 tries to try that.
Yeah.
Make that shot.
Well, that's what he's probably driving this ball safe, not trying to make it. No, he tried to make it, and he did make it. We say it's a difficult shot, but not for this player.
Wow. I said he needed 20 tries to make that shot, and all he needs is 1.
Well, he'd missed the next 19.
Yeah.
Great shot. A little unfortunate on his shape here.
Yeah, this is a very thin scrape to send the 2 in.
He's taking a look at the path the cue ball would take, leaving the 2. And that's not friendly either.
Wow.
Oh, my.
That's a bit of a Filipino specialty, isn't it? That behind the back. Yeah. Shot.
The problem that he has, he can make the shot, but once the cue ball leaves the 2, it comes this way. And the 3 ball that he's got to get shape on is waiting for him here. So this is a tall order.
He's got to get it hard enough for the 3 ball to clear around that 5 ball.
Yeah, and he's got to keep the 6 out of his life. He has to poke this one pretty firm. The danger is that he concentrates so much on the position difficulty that he has that he could miss the shot. That doesn't look like a very steady platform for this shot.
got second place, didn't he?
Yeah, he got lucky too. There's a blocking ball in between the 2 and the 3. Had that 2 ball just hung up in the jaws, he would have been seated for a while.
What's the safety here? 2-rail kick?
That's what I'm looking for. The 2-rail kick would be great, but there's just not much of an angle, and there's not much room behind the 2 to come off that second rail behind it. So you'd be turning the cue ball loose. And boy, oh boy, he would really have to check that ball up if he went off the rail to the left, as our viewers look at. What we're talking about is if he were to come this way, he'd have to check the ball with English so much that it'd be hard to predict. If he comes down here, there's not enough room behind the 2 ball to get the cue ball back there to send the 2 ball away.
Yeah, ideally, if the 2 ball was a bit further away from that short rail to the right of the screen, he could just leave the cue ball there.
Right.
And send the 2 ball up. That shot's not on.
He's taking his time. Just then it looked like he was aiming as if there was a path between the 6 and the 7. If there's one there, it's very narrow.
But if he hits it right, he could even make this ball.
Yeah, he could make it if there's a path between the 6 and 7. And there was. Ooh.
Wow, look at this. He's giving him the same shot almost.
Almost. However, you know what? This is very similar to the off-the-rail shot that Joven made just a few moments ago on the 1 ball.
Well, the cue ball is much farther away.
Yeah.
Now here maybe he could do the 1-rail kick with the spin to keep the cue ball where the 2 is, take the 2 up table. Is that shot on?
That could be. And that may be his best option. Because he's got a lot of balls to hide behind down here if he can keep the cue ball down on this end of the table. It doesn't appear to be what he's trying, though. It looks like he's going off the rail again. Misses it this time.
Wow. It's the 3 ball again.
I'm telling you, this fella, he has a leprechaun on his shoulder today. All the rolls are going his way. By now, Wu deserves to have seen a ball. And instead, he keeps looking at kicks.
Yeah, he's not even attempted a single pot in this match. This might be swervable around that 3, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks like that's what he's going to do. Just barely twist the cue ball around the 3. And
that's not good enough, I don't think.
I think it
wait a
may have gotten
minute.
there.
It did get there.
Well, we're getting a plate full of kicks in this rack.
I guess Joven's going to go for the 1-rail kick here. I think he'd like to strike the 2 on the right side as the way he sees it. To get the separation, unless he wants to separate the balls the other way.
Wow. He almost look at this. No, I don't know.
I think Wu can get a piece of the 2, but not enough to pocket it.
Yeah, he can get a piece, but he just can't get to the table with an offensive opportunity. He has to keep playing defense. Looking at swapping ends of the table. He's looking at sending the 2 ball down to this rail and then right back up to this rail and leaving the cue ball down in here somewhere.
This is such, every single safety exchange is so important in a match, because the player that wins the safety battle might run 4, 5, 6 racks on it.
I believe he's left an alley. He has. That's why you play safeties, so that you get this kind of opportunity. force your opponent into an error. And Wu knows that was a big mistake that could cost him a number of racks. With all of the champions we've seen sent out in the last couple of days, Wu may wonder if there's a curse on champions.
Yep. And Yang Ching Shun was eliminated yesterday. That's a bit of a shock.
Tragedy seems to befall Chung and Yang every year he is the WPC. It just doesn't seem to be his tournament. Much like Johnny Archer. Johnny Archer can never get going at the WPC.
That was an outstanding two-ball there by Joven. That went into the heart of the pocket. This fellow is on song today. Now the cluster here really is the 5 and the 7. Does that 5 have a pocket?
Good question. I'm sure Bustamante has already studied this. Hey, watch out. There we go.
Yeah, he had his choice of pockets there, but he felt that the corner was better for position to go over for the pink 4.
Well, he likes the 5 in the side. That's what he is staring down at the moment. Cue ball in not the easiest position to get position. Oh, he's going to break them up.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
What a shot and what a player. Joven Bustamante proving his worth with that shot. 5 balls gone. Should be 3-0.
This is a fabulous start here for Joven Bustamante. The best way to beat a great player is to keep him on his chair and not allow him to get into rhythm, and that's exactly what he's doing to Chia Ching. Wow. He'd be happy that the air conditioning is up and running as much as it is, or else that might have held up.
You know, Bustamante now has proven himself capable of kicks, great safety play.
Cluster management?
Yeah, cluster management. Wu is going to have to hope that Bustamante loses focus and misses a shot and leaves him one. There it is. Joven Bustamante just marching right along. Never mind who he's playing. He's playing the table. And leads 3-0. There's that great shot on the 1 ball. And a less than perfect effort on the 2. Wu looks a little bit worried about that. Can't say I blame him. His opponent 30% of the way home. He hasn't taken the first step as yet. We're in the last 32 at the World Pool Championship. By the end of the day, it'll be the last 16. We cut the field in half.
Rack 4, Joven Bustamante to break, leading 3 racks to 0.
And this is an important juncture in this tournament because the winners today are automatically invited back next year.
Yeah, that is huge.
Yeah, that's how Jeff DeLuna got back in this event this year, because he was last 16 last year. And that is, you know, it's not very easy to qualify for this event, especially if you're really not a name player.
Well, he's got the wing ball going down, but he is just not getting any great shape on that 1 ball, and he has got to develop something before this match is over, or Wu is going to get control and hurt him.
Yeah, he lost the cue ball here, though.
I have to wonder if Bustamante watched any of the matches yesterday and saw that break that was working.
Wu can also break very hard. You got to wonder if he's going to try that hard break here, or if you go with the trendy soft break.
I think you have to go with what works, and what's been working the last couple of days has been a softer break. In fact, it's gotten softer every day. Last night I was counting balls as they came off the rack to see if 4 would go to the rail each time. You do have to drive 4 balls to the rail on every break shot, or it's a foul.
He's using the 5, the 4 rather, and well, he's left distance. Tester here for Wu.
Yeah, but this is the opportunity Wu needs. He's coming to the table with the shot.
But you know what? He's up against the rail. If he hits follow here, he could end up in the top right corner of the table, snookered on the blue 2, which is there by the head string.
Yeah, and he can't afford to slow roll it with this much distance. He's going to have to strike this with some authority. There are a lot of bad things that could happen. 9 ball could block him, the 7 ball, the 8 ball. But the worst thing that could happen is to go back to his chair. Wu has changed his pace from the last time I saw him. Could be just caution, but he's much slower now than the last time I saw him play.
Yeah, he really had to do something with the cue ball. It looks like he put a tracer right-hand spin on that ball.
Well, I believe Bustamante has half a pocket to slide that 1 ball in the side if he wishes to go there. He also has the 1-8 combination presenting itself to him, and possibly a long cut down into the corner. He's got some choices here. Goes for the side, and now he's got a great angle to work the cue ball right back across the table for the red 3 that's on the right-hand side of your screen.
This match thus far has been a case of Bustamante playing very well, and Wu just not getting a good look at the table.
Yes, his table management, Bustamante's table management is extremely strong. And what a confidence builder it must be to sit between racks and realize that you're walking away from the world champion, or former world champion.
Yeah. Joven's just had the touch of a surgeon this entire match. Not put a foot wrong.
How many former world champions do we still have in this? We've got Ralph Souquet. Alex Pagulayan is still alive.
Oliver Ortman.
Oliver Ortman's still there. That's 3. Chow, that's 4. And Wu, that's 5. And Mika, 6. We've still got some world champions kicking around. Well, that's okay. That could have been bad, but it worked out.
Did he want to run into that 8, though?
I don't think so. Why would you flirt with that? He was in perfect position for him to take it either in the corner or the side. Now he's only got the corner. And now it's going to be tougher for him to get that cue ball off the rail. He's going to have to hit this puppy a little bit firmer than he might like to.
Yeah, I like what he did there. Also, he put it over the pocket so he could cue through the gap of the jaws.
Right.
Actually, he's cueing over the jaw.
Well, Bustamante rolling right along. Really a surprise domination of the former world champion. We'll see if this continues in just a moment. to the 27th, right here on Star Sports. On table 2, we've got some action. Quo trailing Oliver Ortman by 1 game. 4-3 match there. Stoka leading the other Wu Yulin, our world junior champion, 5-2. And Goran Milutinovic trailing Elaine Martel of Canada 5-1. Back here on the main table, it'll be Joven Bustamante stepping up.
Joven Bustamante to break, leading 4-0.
Wow, there's a trend going on here. Chinese Taipei trailing in all 3 matches that they're participating in at the moment. But you know that that's going to change.
Well, what I want to know is if this man's going to change his break, because he keeps getting hooked on the 1 ball. He's making his job much tougher than it needs to be. Nope.
Strong cut break. How's he looking on the 2? I think he'll take this.
Yeah, I like this one now.
But, boy, he's going to have an adventure getting from the 2 to the 3 here.
He puts 2 balls away. Leaves 7 up to play. He's still using that firm break. He must be uncomfortable with changing his break shot.
It's a thin cut on the 2. How does he get back for the 3 here, Jerry?
Well, I believe he can. You know what? I think I would just check it with inside English and come up to center table and not try to do too much.
With some left English. He seems to be cueing with the opposite English.
Then he's going to try and spin around 2 rails, asking the cue ball to do a lot. Oh, wow. Look at this.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Didn't work out. That's where you ask the cue ball to do too much work. There are too many things that can go wrong. I think I would have settled for a longer shot. You know he can make the shots.
Take what the table gives you.
Absolutely.
This is a thin cut, but relatively, I wouldn't say easy position on the 4. This cue ball is going to be going, he's going to be sawing back and forth, as we say in Filipino.
And he's missed the shot. And will he leave Wu anything this time? Wu can see the ball. The cut is paper thin. The bank, however, is on, and that's a 2-way shot. If he plays it with the right speed and misses it.
I guess he wants it to miss it somewhere there.
Right.
But Wu really must be feeling hard done here. This is one of the better looks he's had at this table, and it's nothing much.
Let's see if the banks are open for Wu. You know what? From my view, it looks like he might be trying this cut. Surely not. Yeah, there's the bank. And it's in, and Wu is off to a start, finally. At the table with opportunities now.
And Wu just has to make the most of this inning here. Needs to pile on the racks to keep pace with Joven. That was a superb bank, and it didn't even look like he was really playing it as a 2-way shot, Jerry. I think that was a full-blooded attempt there at that bank.
I agree.
I guess he felt no use in playing, having an insurance policy on that shot when you're really confident with the shot.
He's picked his pace up now. Playing more aggressively, obviously. He's probably happy just to be playing. And Wu drops his first 9 ball. In the 5th rack, he gets his first mark. Trails 4-1. I'm going to be very interested to see him try the break that he utilizes. see if he goes with the Bustamante break or with the break that's been a bit more fruitful for other players this week.
Maybe that cut on the 3, that's the shot that perhaps Joven should have passed on. Because there was a safety chance there.
Yeah, there was, but what got him in trouble was that fancy position play he was playing.
But you know, this is the big difference between winner's break and alternate break. You can be really hurt by a bad decision or a mistake in winner's break. In alternate break usually just costs you 1 rack.
That is correct.
Rack 6.
For those of you who may not be familiar,
One
alternate
rack
break
to 4.
means you trade breaks with your opponent. You break rack 1, he breaks rack 2, you break rack 3, he breaks rack 4. Winner break is just what it says. Whoever wins the rack gets the next break. Oh, what will Wu do? He's gone with a hard break. I don't think these guys were watching yesterday.
Wow, and one thing about Wu, I cannot recall ever seeing him breaking from the other side of the table. He's a left-hander and he just likes breaking from this side. We had one tournament in Indonesia a couple of years ago where nobody was making anything from that side and everybody was making it from the right side, and he just kept on breaking from the left side and breaking dry. Well, he's got a shot on the 2.
Yeah, he's got a couple of problems, though. The 6 ball blocked from its closest pocket by the 8, and the 4 ball blocked by the 7. So he's got some work to do. You know he doesn't want to have to play a safety. He needs points.
So you're of the opinion that if a player is behind, he should be more aggressive.
Oh, sure. If you're ahead, you play like a lamb. If you're behind, you play like a lion. And we have a player nicknamed the Lion, but we don't have one nicknamed the Lamb.
The aspiring pool players out there, that nickname is up for grabs.
It's available. Ooh, he came up short from where he wished to be. That makes the combination tougher, and it takes away the ability to send the 4 to one side of the 7 and keep the cue ball on the other.
Only 5 balls left, but this is going to be an interesting rack because of this cluster and the 6-8 as well. He may be considering after he gets this combination, if he gets this combination, to play the billiard from 6 to 8 afterwards. This is a tough combination, Jerry.
It is tough. It's very tough. He's got to also play shape on the 5 while he's playing this. I mean, on the 4, excuse me. You can't just turn it loose.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Great shot from me. Now we'll need to put the 4 in the same corner and, as Bob suggested, get shape to play the billiard on the 8. And what we're talking about when we say billiard, he'll drive the cue ball into the 6, and then from the 6, the cue ball will pocket the 8.
But he made that combination look easy, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That was surprisingly easy. Well, he's
got. Does he have the angle?
I don't know. I think he's overrun it. Now he's still got it, but it's tougher than it was before.
Is there a roll-up safety here? Use the 8?
He can do that. He can drive the 6 to the other side of the 8, but I think he's still going to play this carom.
Oh, he needs a really thin hit on the 6, though.
Yeah. But that'll help him maintain position on the 6 anyway.
comfortable with it.
He's probably not comfortable with the fact that he overran his shot. He has to get that out of his mind. There you go.
Straight.
He's going to have to cheat the pocket on the 6 to be able to move much up table. And he's going to have to really pound this ball. Again, we have seen balls that are hit real firmly, jaw right out of these pockets. Key shot. Trying to draw back and spin up table for the 9. Ooh.
It rattles in, but it goes.
And Bustamante watching. Wu with the opportunity now to draw within 2, cut the lead in half at 4-2. It's there. Wu now becoming comfortable at the table. It's always nice to get up and walk around when you've been in your chair a while. Trailing 4-2 with the break. Things looking up for this young man. Give you a chance to take a look at these shots. It made this racket what it was. That was a nice shot on that 6 ball. It almost stayed up.
And he put a ton of side spin on that shot as well.
Yeah. That's the thing. He had the opposite side spin on it that he wanted to put on it to force the ball into the pocket. He really had to play that shot. 4-2 Bustamante over Wu. Well, Wu wound up with a
Back
shot
7.
after his break last time.
Trailing 2 racks to 4.
See if he changes anything up. Nope, same break.
Oh, he doesn't like that.
No, he's got no available pocket for the 1 ball. Unless he wants to come up with a bank. Watch where this yellow 1 ball goes. It's headed toward the left of your screen. You would like it to have stayed right there, but instead it just keeps on rolling. And the cue ball by the side pocket. You like the kick?
You can play a negative safety, you know, hitting the right side of that 1 ball and making it crawl up the long rail. And then keep the cue ball to the right. Maybe the 3 could be a blocker there.
Could be.
I don't think he's playing that. He's hitting this with top.
Perhaps he's just wanting to swap sides. Oh, he missed it.
Unbelievable!
1 hand.
He was going for that paper-thin cut.
That's unbelievable.
That was aggressive pool.
Wow. Surely a safety there was easier than that for what he was trying to do.
You would think so. He never put that 1 ball in danger.
And he's left of simple table for Joven. What a time for an air ball here by Wu.
Well, he'll have a few moments to rethink that. Not that he can take it back. You know that Bustamante had to think he was going to be coming to the table facing a very tough shot.
Instead, he got ball in hand.
You can't give gifts to these guys.
Yep. 2 unforced errors apiece now.
Four and 5 ball are both on the same side of the table. As long as he doesn't come in straight into the 5 ball, just about any shape will do.
Wow, he's pretty straight here. A little bit of an angle, but he can still follow this or stun it along that head string.
What he has to watch out for is if he stuns it, he's got to get past this 8 ball. He can't wind up there.
And if he were to do that, he'd have to pound it. And in pounding it, you know, he could put himself in jeopardy. He might just stroke draw this and avoid the 8 altogether.
Watch out for the side.
Ooh, he's jaw hooked.
Yes,
he's jaw
is.
hooked.
Yes, he is. He cannot see the 6 ball. This corner of the pocket will keep him. Look at this.
Wow, what a let off here.
He's sitting on he's sitting on what we call the shelf of the pocket. And no way to get around that. I'm sure he's too close just to jump over the edge of the pocket.
Both players here making catastrophic errors. Snooker players call this being angled when they don't have a shot because of the jaw of the pocket getting in the way, or the knuckle, as they say in snooker. Is there a masse even on here?
I think he has to masse it because there's certainly not any easy kicks. That's what he's trying to do. He's going to swerve this cue ball around the nose of the pocket. He doesn't like it.
You might just have to go for the one rail kick and hope for the best.
Well,
you know, there could be a way if he does the one rail kick and then softly hits the bottom part of the 6, maybe the 9 will be a savior.
yeah, he's got to hit the correct part of the 6 ball. He's got to hit the lower half of the 6 as you're watching.
No.
I'll shot.
Not at that speed.
Well, we're seeing some errors creep into our players. Stick cue sticks, and we'll see if they can relax again and get back in gear.
You gotta wonder why. Perhaps Joven, you know, in hindsight, Joven off that 5 should have just been better served following that ball off the short cushion and back. Then the rail and the pocket and the 8 would have been taken out of play.
Well, these unforced errors that you're tracking, every one I've watched has been when he's trying to get perfect position instead of just settling for what the table will let him do. All to the advantage of Wu, who has now pulled within a single game. Bustamante ruining that error, and Wu happy that it happened. We'll be right back. Well, Joven Bustamante dominated this match early. He took the first 4 racks home, and we thought maybe he was going to have a little walkover. Wu disagreed. He's taken the last 3 racks, and he's breaking, got the opportunity to tie this match at 4. It's a race to 10.
Oh, what a great kiss from the 5. Or is it?
Well, it was, and it isn't.
Again, the cue ball having a bit of a wander. Tell you what, you know what the shot here I like, Jerry?
Tell me.
Rail first on the 1, and then with a bit of left-hand spin, the cue hopefully will tickle the 2 and the 5.
It better tickle it firmly.
Loading it up with the spin.
Yeah, I agree. This is a great shot.
Oh, he went back and forth. He's going to take the combination.
Well, he has a more severe angle than you would think he would wish, but I'm sure he can check the cue ball coming off the rail so that he winds up with position on the 2. Yes, he does.
And he made a much harder combination earlier look easy, so
yeah,
he likes his combos.
As he ages, he'll learn. Combination shots are treacherous.
And that last jaw hook there by Joven Bustamante, that has the feel of a turning point, I think, Jerry, in this match.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can he draw back past that 6 and get to the 4 ball? Yes, he can.
Don't get straight. That's fine.
Former champion Wu now almost certain to tie our match at 4 and continue breaking.
He has yet to have a break and run out in this match, but it looks like he is going to have one right here. Boy, what an overrun.
That is huge.
What an overrun there.
Straight on the 50-yard line and leaning into the middle of the table.
And we might be slightly hampered perhaps by the 9. These guys are making hard work out of some seemingly straightforward positions here.
Well, you know what Bustamante's hoping for. He just pointed his cue stick to the left-hand side of the table. It's where he wants the cue ball to wind up when he finishes the shot. So he's taking the 7 into the left-hand corner. And he's missed it. Or has he?
Staying up. No, but has he got cover with the 9?
He's looking at it. But he's waving his stick in disgust. There must be at least a good part of that ball sticking out. There you see it. He almost made it. Almost fluked it in that corner. But that didn't happen. It doesn't appear that Bustamante can make the ball, but he's got a fairly rudimentary safety by grabbing the 7 ball up table, leaving the cue ball behind the 9.
Yeah, and that 7 ball's a bit farther away from the rail to try the 2-rail kick to take it down on the opposite corner too, but maybe that's all he has. Oh, this is not a bad reply. It's a brilliant reply.
Well, now we'll see if Wu likes a jump cue, because that side pocket is available and it's close by.
This is perhaps maybe a 30-40% shot here for Wu.
Well, it could be more than that. He's not going back for the jump cue. Is he going to play this up in the corner and take the longer shot? That's what he's going to do. I like the decision. Easier than the jump.
Yeah.
And position on the 9 accomplishable, whereas with the jump the cue ball would be turned loose.
I thought that was down, Jerry.
So did Wu. Now Bustamante
Settle down then, please.
has an opportunity that he must capitalize on. You don't get these very often.
Bustamante stops the rot, feasting on the mistakes by Wu.
Bustamante takes rack number 8 and now enjoys a 5-3 lead in our race to 10. That's got to be a good feeling. No, he did not expect to be coming back to the table. But Wu just hasn't found the confidence that we saw a couple of years ago. He was a cocky kid. He's become a bit more cautious at the ripe old age of 19.
Yeah, it feels like he's been around forever.
He does now. Well, it's been a while since Bustamante's been to the table to break. The crowd keeps filling in here as the day continues. Last night you couldn't get a seat during our feature matches.
Rack 9, Joven Bustamante to break, leading 5 racks to 3.
You can bet as the evening wears on, there will be lots more cool fans in this auditorium. See if Joven decides to take anything off his break, or if he just keeps on hammering away. He'll take this one. He will take this at layout.
Yes, he will, except the 3-ball is tucked behind the 9. As you can see, it comes right back up and sits behind the 9-ball there in the diamond.
Looks like it's still available in either corner pocket, though.
Yeah, I believe it is. Just has to make sure the 9 doesn't get in his way.
I tell you what, I think the key shot here is the 2. He has to get from 2 to 3, and look at where the 4 and the 7 ball are. Those could be danger balls for Joven.
Yeah, but
he doesn't want to mess with those balls.
Now,
this is the shot.
Which way is he going to play it?
I think it's almost like a natural center ball. Take it near that 8 ball. What do you think?
Well, I like it better that way because it takes the 7-ball out of the equation, and it just seems an easier shot. But he's going to go the other way, I think. Nope, right up by the 8.
He's listening to us.
As well he should. Now just get shape on the 5-ball.
Look how loose that grip, his grip is.
Yeah.
Barely holding it.
Yeah, that's the trend these days, to loosen the grip. These new cue sticks constructed so marvelously. If you just let them do their work, they can do fantastic things for you.
Bit of follow. Yeah, maybe a bit of right-hand English. Just a center ball.
Yeah, for those of you new to the game, we're no longer playing with just shaved down boards. There is technology in cue making now. Changing technology. I'm going to be very curious to see what we're playing with in 10 years.
Maybe they'll make a cue that'll allow me to run out. That would be nice.
There you go. The radar cue.
This is a handy run out here for Joven Bustamante. Just what he needed.
You know, unlike in golf where they keep making the striking surface of the club larger, in billiards they're making the cue tips smaller, finding better performance.
Better spin, probably.
Better spin, less deflection by reducing the weight of the front end of that shaft.
will be break and run out number 2 for Joven Bustamante. Couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, Bustamante back in control now. Taking down the last 2 racks to lead our match 6-3. He was depressed for a while there when Wu was putting that 3-pack on him. But once he got back to the table, he hasn't wasted any time. And he's gotten fortunate on his last few break shots to come up with a shot on the lowest numbered ball.
He's righted the ship.
Well, he needs that ship to sail through 4 more 9-balls. Last night we sent last year's world champion home. That courtesy of Daryl Peach. Alcano now a spectator. Bustamante trying to accomplish the same thing against Wu.
Rack 10, Joven Bustamante to break, leading 6 racks to 3.
You know, going back to that upset by Daryl Peach, the great thing about pool is that the more you play, the better you get, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, Radoslav Babica, he took out Marlon Manalo 10-1 in an outer table. And Babica, we've been seeing him every year, and, you know, these players just continue improving.
Manalo was hopping mad at himself after that matchup. See him literally storming through the hall.
This is dry. This is dry.
And there's a shot on the 1.
No, it's not dry. No, we have a ball down.
Oh.
It's the 5.
Yeah, I didn't see that ball fly in there either.
4.
And there's still a shot on the 1.
This is far from an easy out here. He may be forced to take the 3-9 combination on. So this is the big shot right here. He can take that cue ball to the lower right-hand corner of the screen.
Yeah, he's got shape now to move the cue ball where he needs it. No big problem getting up table.
Just does not want to snooker himself on the 8 here. And he's not if he takes that angle. That is pretty. That is pretty. You know, the 3 might go down.
I think it does. I think it passes the 9, although he's taking a look at the combination. Let's face it, if he tries the combination and it fails, he'll wind up with a safety because where the 3 ball goes.
If the 3 passes, it certainly doesn't pass into a full pocket. Yeah, he's going to have to die this in with pocket speed, and that's not what he wants to get on the 5. I think he should take this on, Jerry. He's got the best view.
It doesn't look like he's playing the combination. Nope. Into the pocket, and it's trying to spin the cue ball up table.
Great shot. Great shot. If that was me on the team with that shot, I would have taken the combination in a heartbeat, because I certainly don't have the skill to execute the shot that he just did. Tons of right-hand spin.
Watch outside pocket. Is he going to do it again? Oh, no, this time it falls. Bustamante needs to stay away from that side pocket. It doesn't like him very much. See the replay. There's never a doubt it's going to drop.
Unforced error number 4 for Joven Bustamante, and he's let another very makeable run out go out the window.
You know, from the angle he's putting on this, 7 ball must clear the 8 into the lower left corner. No, it does not. He's come on up to take the 7 ball all the way up table.
Well, gotta give him credit for finding a pocket for the table, keeping it simple. More twists and turns in this match.
Bustamante keeps bringing Wu back to the table, giving him opportunities. You do not want to do that with a former world champion. Wu hangs around. Trailing now 6-4. He's been known to run a couple of runs. Boy, things were going so well in this round with Bustamante until that white ball disappeared. Huge turn in the events here. That could have been a 7-3 scoreline instead of 6-4. Nigel Reese doing our refereeing honors. And Bustamante now resigned to the chair again. We're going to have to check your stats, Bob, and see what the largest number of unforced errors a winning player has made this week. I doubt it's 5. Or are you up to 4 or 5 for Joven?
I'm up to 4 each.
4 each?
I did a match once in the old Asian Tour, All Chihuahua of Hong Kong against Kunihiko Takahashi, and one had 10 and one had 11.
That must have been an ugly match.
It took a while, I tell you about that. This is a friendly layout of balls here for Wu.
It is. This is beginning to look like the layouts we had last night, where there were no clusters, not much on the rail. Everything's just hanging around, ready to drop. That was an error. He did not want to drive that 4 ball away. That checked up his cue ball and left him a lot further away from the 3 than he needed. The 3 ball right there waiting for him.
Yeah, but with his cue power, he should be able to get a nice draw shot here. Get back to shape for the 4.
Like that, nothing fancy. Knows he can make a half-table shot. Has a natural position to come off of this 4 ball and be in great shape for the 5. He'll probably come 2 rails out though, instead of the simple path that I drew.
Joven Bustamante has had his chances to really put some distance between himself and Wu. And in rack number 7, he jaw hooked himself. And then in rack number 10, that scratch into that same side pocket.
He only has to worry about getting on the right side of the 7 so he can come down table for the 8. And he's done that. Well, Wu in no mood to go away. This would put him within 1 and right back in contention. Ball gone, and Wu is back with the break shot. He's got the opportunity to tie this match. Right now, he trails at 6-5. Last 2 racks in a row have gone Wu's way, and if he gets another break like he did last time, well, great things could await.
Rack 12, touching to break, train 5 racks to 6.
Well, when we first began this match, it was all Bustamante. He took the first 4 racks. But since then, he's only claimed 2 more, while Wu has taken 5 of his own. So the worm is turning here.
Wow. Wu broke from the other side of the table, on the right side.
Right, and it didn't work. He made a ball, but he has no shot on the 1. Well, actually, he does have a shot on the 1 if you like that kind of shot.
He's got that rail first shot on the 1 here.
Yeah,
That's a tall order.
that's a desperate. Lots of places to hide if he feels like doing that. Well, you see the cue ball rolling up into shape. I believe he's going to play it safe there, Bob.
Oh, that's rough. That's a good shot there. Joven's going to have to go for the 2 rail out and get lucky. Great weight on this cue ball.
Can't ask for too much more.
Going to take the 1 rail escape.
Well,
Lots of English on this.
let's see. He doesn't know. And he's not going to be satisfied. He wasted that trip to the table, giving Wu a great opportunity here. Wu's 2 ball appears to be blocked by the 5. Yeah, by the 5. But he's shown a propensity to make these combinations.
Yeah. We could be having ourselves a virtual race to 4 coming up. Who can draw level?
Well, when you see a player do this, coming up and down off a shot, either he can't decide whether to play for the corner or the side, or he just doesn't like the shot. Either way, it's not a good sign.
Is he thinking of playing the cue ball, glancing it off that 3?
I wouldn't think so. Then he could really create a mess down there in that corner. Well, he has. And wow, has it worked for him? I think it has.
Had that cue ball rolled just an inch or 2 short, then he would have had a fun shot on the 2-5 combination.
Well, he's looking away from this shot. when he plays it. So it's not as easy as the other combinations he had. And the cue ball, he's going to have to send 2 rails to get shape on the 2, and then he has to worry about the being blocked by the 7 or the 3. So there's a lot going on with this shot, unless the 2 ball clears into that pocket, and we can't tell it. Oh, beautiful shot. Able to hold the cue ball, keep it down with the 2. Back to where he was standing to take the 3 ball into the side. The next ball for him to shoot will be the 6 ball, the green ball, right by the side pocket. So he won't have any problem getting there.
Stun run through there for Wu.
Bustamante needing another shot. Going across the table now for the 7. And he can draw straight back again for the 8 ball.
And this is going to be the 3rd rack in a row, and Wu has a real chance here to just shut Bustamante out of this match if he continues running racks.
Rack number 12 goes Wu's way. Since rack number 4, Bustamante's only been able to claim 2 9 balls. Wu has claimed 6. That's how we arrived at the scoreline that we now have. Tied up at 6, all knotted up. It's a race to 4 in the World Pool Championship. 1 lives, 1 goes home. And it's all going to be determined off of 4 racks of 9 balls. That might put a little tension in your arm. But we're at that stage in this tournament where we will have a lot of close matches. All these players quite capable of stringing racks together now. Wu thinking things over, relaxing a little bit. Bustamante trying to keep the adrenaline down. That's the problem with being in the chair. Your arm goes cold and your nerves get hot.
Back 13, Chia Ching to break, 6-6.
This is a massive break here. Chia Ching has never led in this match. A break and run out will give him his very first advantage, his very first lead. And he's moved over to that side of the table. It's been profitable for him.
Well, he's making the wing ball. In fact, he's made 3 balls, but he has no shot on the 2.
But I tell you what, this is a jumpable situation.
Well, it is, but if with this fewer number of balls on the table, you might be selling out the rack if you missed that jump. Right now, he's staying with the playing cue.
It's not an easy push out either.
No, that's just what I was studying. Where would you push to? Tough situation.
Well, I'm surprised he's doesn't seem to be at least thinking of the jump. I think he's committed to pushing out here.
Well, it looks like he was going to push down into that lower left corner pocket and possibly leave the 9 ball as a blocker so that the only shot open is a kick. But then it's an easy kick. Bustamante can kick that 2 ball down here and back behind these balls and leave the cue ball there. So I don't know.
Push out call.
He's called the push. He's relying on Bustamante to make an error. I think the biggest error would be to put Wu back in. Bustamante studies the situation. Wu is studying Bustamante.
I'm not sure. Is this a shot you were describing still on? You may not be able to see enough of the 2 to do that shot.
No, he's coming off the rail first.
Coming off the rail, I see.
Yeah, kick into the back of the 2. Send it down behind the wall of balls.
That's a hard shot. It may be the best shot available for him. Because if he just thins this 2, it kind of goes near that pocket.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he's you can tell this about Wu's push out. It certainly has gotten Bustamante thinking, and I think that's what you want to do with a push out.
Wu awaits the decision, but I think the decision's now been made. Oh, he could see the ball. He didn't even have to kick into it.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. The camera angle perhaps fooling us a little bit.
I was surprised Wu left him that. Left him a full ball. At any rate, it has worked out to Wu's advantage. He has a shot on the 2. Only 6 balls to get through here, and this will be the toughest shot he faces. Bustamante, well, he's lost one opportunity. And it's not certain that he'll get another.
He struck that good.
Yes, he did. He did overrun it just a hair. But he has a lot of options on that 5 ball.
I think he just hits this with a little bit of left. Goes side cushion, short cushion, then back to the middle of the table for the 5. Unless he really wants to die this and take the 5 into the other corner pocket.
Well, he's leaving his cue stick now, as always, on the table where he's trying to get the cue ball to. And you're right, I like the 3 rail option as well. There he goes. He's gotten almost where he wanted that to be. Certainly a shot that he can accept.
This is now Wu trying to go for his 4th straight rack. When Wu gets into this kind of form, he's just imperious, you know. just does not miss the balls.
Well, when he sinks that 9-ball, this will be the first time in the match that Wu will have led. And that's another pattern we've seen this week. It doesn't seem to pay to lead these matches early. It's the comeback kids who are capturing the victories. 9-ball down, Wu in the lead for the first time. No time to relax, though. He's still 3 9-balls away from walking out of the arena with a win.
Rack 14 from Chia Ching to break, leading 7 racks to 6.
Wu leading 7-6, as our referee Nigel Reese has just informed you. And he would like to put a string together. He's put 2 strings of 3 each together. He won racks 5, 6, and 7, and then rack 10, 11, and 12.
And 13.
Yeah, and 13. That's right. I forgot to mark that one down. So.
Foul shot, ball in hand.
Neither player seems to be able to maintain momentum for very long. Something happens that draws their opponent back to the table. And this is a great opportunity, ball in hand now. You would expect players of this caliber to win with ball in hand.
That is a horrid piece of luck for Wu Chia Ching. He did everything right there. Saw that cue ball go down. Spanked in by another ball.
I question whether the 2-ball passes the 6. It may. We'll know by how this shot is played.
He's got a cue over that 9.
And has to watch that he doesn't foul it. We are playing all ball fouls, so if his shirt should drop onto the 9-ball, it's a foul. Well, the 2 did not pass the 6, so it will go into the same corner as the 1.
Now he needs to play for the 4, and he's got a lot of angle to kill this. Perhaps he would have preferred a bit less angle here, Jerry. This is a big shot.
Chooses to go through the gap and all the way across the table.
Reverse cut. He's got a tough shot here to hold for the 5.
Yeah, I think he's going to regret that decision. Had he been able to play the 4 into this pocket, he would have had easy shape on the 5. But as is, now when the 4-ball comes toward this corner, the cue ball comes this way. I wonder if he can collide with the brown 7 and hold the cue.
That is a very, very delicate shot, but he may be forced to play it.
Well, he struck the 7, but he missed the 4. And he didn't hit the 7 hard enough as a result of cueing back. Oh, has he got
wow.
Just look at his face. I don't think so. He's not smiling.
Boy, I think he's snookered. I think he's hooked, is he?
It looks that way from the camera.
He's definitely hooked. And how many opportunities can Joven Bustamante allow to go to waste?
Yeah, that was just, frankly, a careless shot, the way he played position on that 4.
And I think on the 2, he just left himself too much angle and too far away on the 2.
Right.
Overamped the draw shot.
Wu looking to swerve this ball. play a very gentle masse on the 4. And that may bring Bustamante back because that's a tough shot. It does. Oh, Bustamante doesn't have to pay for his error. Wu did that for him. There you see it.
Great effort.
And now Bustamante can just draw halfway up this rail, have an easy shot on the 5 ball.
That 4 is right in that pocket, and sometimes it's hard to play with this kind of to control the cue ball. But he's experienced enough.
Well, he's again overrun his position and has made his next shot a much tougher one than it could have been.
Yeah, because it's not into a full pocket. Well, sometimes, you know, I've noticed when you've got a situation like that, the ball up in the pocket, and he may have played that rail first.
Yeah.
Oftentimes when you play a shot rail first, you overrun it. That happens about 90% of the time when I play a rail first shot. And Joven has to come up with something here. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. With perfect speed.
And now the behind the back shot as we see the previous ball go down. Well, this one should go Bustamante's way to tie us at 7. And then we'll be down to a race to 3.
He doesn't have the greatest angles on this 8, does he, Jerry?
No, he doesn't. And remember that side pocket that hates him? He's got to stay well away from that. And does. Both these players have slowed their pace considerably from what I'm used to watching. And I think it's hurt both of their games. Well, we're at 7-all. Only 3 more 9-balls have to fall for one of these fellas. They tend to like to keep it tight. At least in the later stages of this match, they've been trading mistakes.
Yeah. Joven Bustamante got lucky twice in this rack.
Yeah. 7-7. Wu versus Bustamante.
Track 15. Joven Bustamante to break. 7-7.
Generally, the break has not been kind to either player. They're making the balls, but then the tables are rolling out tough. They're having trouble getting a shot on the lowest numbered ball. And as a result, our match is now stretching toward the 2-hour mark. So there's going to be some endurance involved with this one.
Bustamante likes this layout. He did a good job of holding the cue ball. Gets batted away, but there's a shot on the 1. But we've had our fair share of seemingly easy racks suddenly get complicated. So plenty of work to be done.
Well, earlier, when you would have thought that Bustamante would have been nervous in the very first few racks of this match, he was running through tables like this very quickly. I think he's allowed a little doubt to crawl inside that brain of his, and he has overrun this shot just a bit.
Now he's quickened up his pace. I think he's
Yeah.
seen an easy table.
No, he just
into rhythm.
He just plays so much better when he plays a little bit quicker, and you see that all the time with players.
But you've got a few players in mind that you'd like to tell that to.
There are some slow pokes on the tour, yes. And Wu watches as Bustamante now moving toward claiming rack number 8 on his side.
Boy, and Joven really needed this one. Third break and run out of the match.
He's got it. Bustamante. Now 2 games away from victory. And you can see what brought him there. Basically, he got a much easier layout this time than what he's been facing in the past. Didn't have clusters to break up. Didn't have to travel a long way with that cue ball. Always up. Well, Bustamante leads 8-7 now. Nigel Reese finishes putting the diamond together for us. These referees here have done a great job all week. I haven't heard any players arguing with any calls. They've done a great job of being invisible, which is exactly what they should be. Wu
Bustamante to break, leading 8 racks to 7.
Watches Bustamante come to the table. The 1 ball went down, and the 2 ball is available, but it's tough.
Yeah, he lost the cue ball here. It was heading towards that side of the table, and he got batted back. This is a double tough shot here, not only in terms of pocketing but position. And that green 6, there it is. It's in a funny place for this shot. Is that white ball going to end up hitting that 6?
Well, if he plays it into the upper right corner, if he plays this 2 ball over here, the cue ball's headed right toward the 6. But he does have a shot. Well, from one of our camera angles, it looks like he can. No, he's got to flirt with that 6 ball. See if he can get around it.
Played safe.
Played safe.
Safe. What a shot! That's good thinking there. The cuffs are on Chia Ching. That is a clear thinking shot there by Joven Bustamante.
Well, the easiest escape is 1 rail, and that also has the possibility of winding up as a safety, as the cue ball could be moving down towards this group of balls at one end of the table. Tough kick, though, when you're this close to the rail. What we're saying, obviously, is come here, into the 2 ball, and then let the cue ball bleed down here behind these balls. But it's tough to get the angle right when you're this close to the rail, to your contact rail. So this is actually missable. doesn't miss it. Does he fluke it?
I almost think that maybe he deserved that fluke. But then again, even if it goes down, he has no shot on the 3, so either way.
Well, he's given Bustamante the ammunition he needs to fire his way through this rack and get up on the hill.
He needs a deep screw here. This is going to be a nice shot. And of course, the snooker turn for a draw shot.
We're watching.
That is huge here. Bustamante on the threshold of the hill. Does he have the right angle? He just has to slowly roll this forward.
Yeah, I like this. Doesn't need to make the cue ball do much work at all. Just as long as he gets it to the other side of the center line, he'll be fine.
It looks like the hardest shot here is onto the 8.
Yeah, that's not that tough. Again, has to watch that shirt of his. Tends to be falling away from his chest. Now just center ball shot. Let the speed do the work. And he's not happy. He's come up short. He can still make this, but wow. There's no need for this shot to be this tough.
That's been the story of this match, really. Joven Bustamante, for some reason, been making life hard on himself over and over and over again.
I don't think either player is going to be happy with their performance when they review this tape. Their shot making hasn't been spot on. Their position play certainly. Nevertheless, Bustamante needs this to get to the hill. Now just one rack away from sending a world champion home. It's been done before. Bustamante, a firm underdog coming into this match. Underdog no more.
Well, Chinese Taipei has already lost one player, Wu Yulin. He's been sent to the bleachers courtesy of Harold Stolt at 10-2. So could we see another Chinese Taipei player eliminated at this stage? It's in Joven Bustamante's hand. And Jerry, he's had the run of the balls in this match. So could the balls remember that and give a hand to this fellow?
Well, if they do, they'll do it on the break shot.
Rack 17, Joven Bustamante to break, leaving 9 racks to 7.
Well, Wu is a former champion. Joven Bustamante, you can say, needs this round of 16 place more than he does to assure his appearance next here. But this is it. This is the shot of the match.
Bing ball down, cue ball kicked all around the table, so it's a matter of luck as to whether or not he winds up with a shot. He does, but it's a combination. Wow. Cue ball kicked hard back up table.
He's got to make sure he gets shape on the blue too afterwards. There's the one going down. That hasn't happened much in this match.
This table is not set up as the easiest we've seen by far. You've got a couple of groups of 2, which don't pose any outright problems, but can create difficulties if a player overruns or underruns his position.
Well, this is the key shot, I would think.
Oh, yes.
Into the rail, 2 into the rail.
Oh, man. Well, another error. And that seems to be the story of this match. Neither player brought their A game to the table today.
Yeah, he hit that 2 ball too close to the 4 into the rail. Needed to hit that into the rail earlier. And Wu now needs a break and run out ×3. He was in a hill match yesterday against Fabio Petroni. Could he be in another one now?
It seems to be destined that we're going to go to double hill here, although we'll need another rack out of this man to do that.
No, he did good to separate the 5 and the E9 there. Now the 5 goes in either pocket.
Moving the cue ball back across the table. And out for the 5.
No, nothing's easy at this point.
Needs to make sure he leaves enough angle on that 6 to get back across the table for the brown 7. Bustamante, I think he may know we're also headed for double hill.
Sometimes the difference between the great and the very good is so small.
Wu not yet ready to make his exit. He now has 8 beads on his string, contrasting the 9 on the string of Bustamante. We're going to 10, so this is a very big break-off for Wu, and there's where things went awry for Bustamante. This table today is not at all breaking the way it has throughout the week. Today it has decided to toughen up. But a lot of that has to do with the way the players are treating it. They're breaking with a break that really hasn't been effective this week. But Wu has the chance to tie it up here.
Lots of tension now in this.
Chia Ching to break. Turn 8 reacts to 9.
This main table.
Wu going over to the right-hand side of the table, staying there. That seems to be working a little bit better for him than his usual left-hand side.
He needs a good break here, and the balls owe him a roll, I think. They owe him a good turn.
Watch out, Cubo. Well, I don't call that a good turn, Bob.
Yeah, well, he lost the cue ball. He overcooked this bottom by a lot. And he will be forced to push.
Neither player doing a great job of squatting that cue ball in the middle of the table, which is the obvious goal on the break. Not an easy push situation here either, Bob.
Whenever that object ball is close to the hole, it's tough to push. And he's looking to take that cue ball there up by the short rail. Just leave a sliver. I guess when in doubt, sometimes you just push to show just a piece of the ball. It's one way to look at it.
I don't think he can find anything he likes. But, you know, he has no one to blame but himself. No one's making him break this way.
Yeah. Do you try and kick at this? Is there any, value in kicking at this ball?
Not with your opponent on the hill.
You know, with that, if that 9 ball was out of the way, he might even try the long kick shot. Might even make the 2. But then the 3 is in a strange spot. What a time for a decision here by Wu.
Push out goal.
Well, there's the push shot from Wu, and now it's Bustamante's decision.
How about that? Po Chang has eliminated Oliver Ortman. Po just has a great record in recent memory here at this event.
Bustamante has a lot of studying to do. He's going to put him back in. He's going to put Wu back in and say, you made this mess. Let's see what you can do with it.
Yeah, that was a really thin cut on the 2. Just didn't like it. Looks like Wu is looking at kicking at this 2.
Well, what else are you going to do? It's just not offering you much. I think he can get just a sliver of it, can't he? Well, not a bad result.
Yeah, that's a pretty good containing shot.
He's left length.
Now, can Joven Bustamante find a way to make use of that 3-8-6 cluster? Please somehow get the cue ball there.
Huh. That would be tough. And, really, there's not an easy way to get back down table to make that 3 ball.
You got to think maybe Wu has outfoxed Joven here.
Well, if I were Joven, I would put Wu back in a similar situation and just switch ends of the table with the 2 and the cue ball and leave a lot of length.
Make the 2 miss the 9 on the left side of the 9.
Yep, and just bank it back down table. But
Well, he's got to get the strength perfect on that one, though.
Yes, he does.
He wants to weld it up against the other rail.
He goes for the cut. Oh! And he's broken the cluster up. Now is he?
What a shot!
What a shot indeed.
That's got to be the biggest shot of Joven Bustamante's career.
Quiet, please.
That could be the shot that sends a former world champion home. Bustamante has solved all the problems the table presented in one fell stroke, and Wu knows it.
We weren't even considering that cut. It looked so thin.
Just when I thought Bustamante's nerves were going to prevent him from pulling off a great shot, he comes with that.
Yeah, and he hasn't really made very many great shots in this match. It's mostly, good run-outs and safety, and then he comes up with, the shot of the match by far.
Now he has to make sure he doesn't fall into that syndrome of where you make a great shot and then lose focus and miss an easy one.
His heart must be racing now.
Nope.
I think he just needs a stop ball here, does he?
I'd draw a little bit down table. Good enough.
Got the angle, just a center ball hit. Just avoid a scratch here.
Do remember, folks, this is a hometown boy about to send a world champion home. The crowds might put up a little noise for you if he gets down to this 9-ball and sinks it.
What a scout here by Joven Bustamante.
Listen to the band. Oh, the crowd tells the story. It's a happy Coliseum as Joven Bustamante has just defeated Chia Ching to move into the next round while Wu goes home. My. Bustamante into the round of 16. He can relax the rest of the evening. He doesn't get back into the arena until tomorrow with the rest of the Sweet 16. And this guarantees his appearance next year as well in next year's World Pool Championship. A somewhat sloppy match at times, but it doesn't matter how you get there as long as you win.
It was scrappy, but it sure ended very dramatically.
Bustamante will face tomorrow either Kaiwabata or Long Dong from Vietnam. The bottom half of the bracket yet to shape up.